Hey, what's up, Long Island? We are here, and specifically Smithtown. We're talking to you again. As you know, we were very active over in Smithtown. This is a call to action. This is something that's very urgent that we just found out about that was going on. So we want to talk to you about an upcoming election in the town of Smithtown. Once again, the Smithtown Public Library. It's the election to elect new library trustees, and there is actually somebody who is running right now, who we happen to know is not a friendly person in the town of Smithtown. She has repeatedly harassed business owners, long-standing family institution and family-run businesses in the town of Smithtown. She cannot be trusted to make decisions on behalf of the community. I wouldn't ever advocate for somebody like this to be trusted with any sort of decisions, whether it's school board or it's dog catcher. I wouldn't allow, or I wouldn't want anybody with like this person to be trusted with any of those decisions. Just so you guys know, and so you're aware, the Smithtown Public Library operates on a $16 million budget, and this person would have a lot of control over whether or not, or where that $16 million budget and how that gets spent. The person's name is Kristen Robinson, and I'm going to be putting up a picture here, and it is not doxing. It is not anything that's not been made public. This is a screenshot of a Facebook post that Kristen Robinson made about Patio Pizza. For those of you who don't know Patio Pizza, I mean, I think everybody knows Patio Pizza. The president of the United States tweeted about it because of what she said. But Kristen Robinson, as you saw in the picture, had an issue with the fact that the owner of Patio Pizza decided to display a Trump 2020 flag out the back of his restaurant. So this wasn't even on the street, but she did post, as you saw in the picture, I will never eat Patio Pizza again. Never eating at Patio again. And she continued to trash the man who runs Patio Pizza and the business itself. And when you think about small businesses, when you think about what the pandemic has done and how much it has affected small businesses, especially restaurants, especially places where people can gather, go eat, see one another, small community places like that. I mean, Patio Pizza could have been declared non-essential while McDonald's remained open and Wendy's remained open and everything like that. And it would have brought joy to Kristen Robinson to see Patio Pizza completely closed down forever because of a simple flag. And if she can't allow her politics, if she can't keep her politics out of her lunchtime decisions, if she can't keep her politics out of pizza, how are you going to trust her to be somebody with, say, over a $16 million budget over in the Smithtown Public Library? Something else about the Smithtown Public Library that I think you should know. We have been very vocal about somebody by the name of Elaine Gross and what she brings in terms of her activism. She's a housing activist, a fair housing activist, and she's parading around spewing information under the guise of erasing racism. But I'm going to put up a post that the Long Island Library Research Council, and this is a very large an institution, if you will, an entity, we can call it, that services a lot of libraries across Long Island. And you must be saying, why are you taking such an interest in libraries? Because as you know, libraries and schools and education and information, they all go hand in hand with one another. And one of the things that one of the libraries that the Long Island Library Research Council does service is the Smithtown Public Library. Now, it's worth noting, and as I put this picture up on the screen, this is a training that the Long Island Library Research Council, they're citing here Elaine Gross's work. And if you look at this image, you will see that it is inherently racist and inherently divisive. White males are put up on a pedestal saying that they are oppressors. People of color, women, and everything else are put down below saying that they are oppressed. And we know that we live in the United States of America, and that is fundamentally untrue. Okay, but this is what somebody like Elaine Gross wants. You can look at the timestamp of the tweet. This training was done a year ago to the day, October 9th, 2020. You can take a look at this, and this training has gone on to train teachers, which has then made its way into the public school system. The reason why it's done that, and you can draw another connection, is that the Long Island Library Research Council is chartered by the New York State Board of Regents. And the man who runs the New York State Board of Regents, we're very familiar with this man's name, is Lester Young. And we know that Lester Young is the champion of diversity, equity, and inclusion, the framework that is out there teaching children that black and brown people are being mercilessly slaughtered by law enforcement, that there's all of this racism and systemic racism in the state of New York, and that they're basically essentially teaching children critical race theory in the schools. The library puts forth programs, Smithtown Library and the LILRC can put forth programs where things can be taught, messages like that can be taught outside of school as well, and trainings can be held that begin to teach the teachers how to teach this information inside of school. Kristin Robinson has demonstrated over and over and over again that she cannot be trusted to make decisions outside of her politics. What do you have there about the GoFundMe page and your thoughts on it, Kev?
Well, frankly, in addition to being a terrible influence, Kristin Robinson is also a liar. On her GoFundMe page, she's raised over $2,400 for this campaign. More than 20% of it comes from anonymous sources. We have no idea who these people are. We have no idea where she's getting her money for this campaign. But more than that, on her GoFundMe page, she claims that unfortunately the future of this most sacred institution, the Smithtown Library, is under attack from the far right, and they want to ban the Diary of Anne Frank, Martin Luther King, and accurate American history books. No one wants to ban those things. So, Kristin Robinson, if you're watching this, I don't know where you're getting this crap from. Nobody wants to ban one of the most important books of the 20th century in the Diary of Anne Frank. Nobody wants to ban Martin Luther King. As a matter of fact, we support Martin Luther King. We support Martin Luther King's vision that one day we would see people beyond the color of their skin. You, on the other hand, do not believe that. You believe that right now we should be judging people based on the color of their skin. And we know that from the Library Research Council's work that you have supported. This woman has no business having the responsibility over a $16 million budget in the town of Smithtown. No business whatsoever. Guys, the election is on October 12th. We need you guys to come out. We know Smithtown comes out rock roaring, plenty of numbers. We need you guys out. And look, this is how these radicals get into the system. This is how they get in library trustee. This is how they get in. They get in as library trustees, as school board members, as we've seen, all the elections that are under the radar. We need you guys to come out and support like you always have in Smithtown and keep Smithtown the incredible place that it is.
Very good. And I'm going to give you the list of the 3 candidates running for library trustee who we would like you to come support. Their names are Marilyn Lopresti, Teresa C. Grisafi, and Marie Girgenti. I'm sorry if I pronounced any of your names wrong, but Lopresti, Grisafi, and Girgenti. Please, if you're listening, you're watching in Smithtown, there's 2 things that I need you to do. Number 1, I need you to go out. We need you to go out and vote for this because you don't want Kristin Robinson or somebody like that. It's not even about her personally, but we know what she has tried to do to a local, family-owned, loved by the community. Patio Pizza is loved by the community up in St. James and in the town of Smithtown. We know what she tried to do to them. Think about what she will do in charge of a $16 million budget to operate this library, the types of programs that the library will offer, the types of books. She wants to talk about us banning books, the types of books that she will bring in there and have offered to your children and to the town of Smithtown. It's not a good thing if that were to happen, and it's certainly not something that we want to see happen in the great town of Smithtown. So when we go out there and vote, we want you to vote for those 3 names that we had just spoken to you about, and we also want you to do something that Project Veritas has made famous, and that is called distribution by proxy. This video is great. It's going up. We're going to get you the information, and we want you to share it. We want you not just to share it to one place or to post it on your news feed. We want you to hit that share button and share it with everybody you know, especially people who live in the town of Smithtown. We didn't even know this election was going on. This is more local than any school board election that's ever gone on. But this is how the left stakes itself into power and into positions of power. They do it through education. And if we can block them and beat them at every attempt, we will start to see things get better. So it is extremely important that on Tuesday, October 12th, you get out there and you vote for Lopresti, Grisafi, and Girgenti instead of Kristin Robinson and the other person who she's running with on that slate, because we know how damaging and we know how bad their intentions are for the town of Smithtown. The proof is in the pudding. She can't put politics aside, and she's gone after and harassed, endlessly harassed, a local, loved small business in Smithtown that has been around and owned and operated by that family forever. It would mean the world to us if you can go out there and do this, make that happen, and keep Smithtown safe. Okay, keep the education safe, keep what the library offers safe. Make sure we put the right people in power to get it done.